Hello, welcome back to the James Rambling Reviews. Tonight, whenever you're watching this, I'm going to be reviewing Top Gun Maverick. So Top Gun Maverick is the sequel to Top Gun from the 80s, a movie about planes and this guy who learns how to fly a plane and cooperate with other people. And the sequel, I must say, absolutely amazing. I thought the first movie was absolutely amazing as well, and it follows this story of just a new set of people learning how to fly a plane, how to get through all these situations, and that kind of thing. And I have to say, this is close to perfection. It is absolutely everything you need in a Top Gun Maverick sequel. It feels like it's been a long time since the first one came out, but the way they just did this, the way Tom Cruise just absolutely crushes it, despite his age. Despite all of that, he just comes in there and he does what he needs to do, and he doesn't mess around. He's there, he cares about what he's doing, and this whole entire cast literally is absolutely amazing. You have these characters and you just learn there's also all these just cliches, and you just learn about these characters and the cliches from the 80s and how those cliches tied into how Top Gun made sense, where you had all that lovey cheesy stuff, but then you had those jokes, and then you had just those guys being cool in the 80s kind of thing, and it does blend off of that. So watching the first movie is a very good resource for this kind of movie. However, it does explain a lot of the first movie in this movie, because in the start of this movie you actually get to see how it sort of starts the same way, because it's got that plane, the plane yard and stuff like that, or the plane site, or whatever you want to call it, right? And it shows you that, and it says the mission they are on, or where they're going to go, and it just pops back with Top Gun, but this time it's Top Gun Maverick, because it's all to do with Maverick. However, it ties into these people who basically have to be trained in that sort of thing, and I think that the way they just teach it about how the plane pressure and the air pressure, and how the plane flies up with the G's, because the G's are like when air pressure goes up and up and up and up, or however it happens, and then the more altitude there is, it kind of just, the plane will explode. And there was a few situations where some people could have actually died in this movie, but they twisted it around and they actually did the opposite of the first movie, where Goose, Maverick's best friend, dies and he's in the water. And it does show you this in the movie. It shows you in this a flashback to that moment, and you have Ice's death as well in this movie, but it pays respects, because you see all these soldiers shooting guns for the dude, for Ice, and then there's planes flying. And it shows you that, and it just shows you the American way of how Americans, and the whole American stuff, and how that sort of ties into how the American Navy are tying into this plane force and that sort of thing. And it does that a lot. It has a lot of plane language in it, where it can be confusing to some people, but it's not like this whole movie is about a plane 101. It has interesting moments, it has amazing visuals. I mean, it feels like you're actually in the moment. It feels like you're actually flying the plane, you're in that seat. And there was this point in the movie, right, where my face was just like, my face was like that. Like majority of the time, my face was like, Tom Cruise comes back, Maverick comes back, he doesn't give up after being fired, and he just comes back, and he proves to these students, that he still should teach these people, because he's had this experience. He's flown this plane, this F-18, he's done it all. He's done what he needs to do, and he shows to them that he is worthy of flying this plane. And I'm telling you, you've got to see this movie, or you actually have to see this movie. It is an amazing follow-up. Like I was saying, just I could go on. I could actually ramble about this whole entire movie for 2 hours or something like that, because this movie, I'm telling you, it is a must-see. It is a must-see. It's a 9 out of 10 movie. 9 out of 10. It is absolutely amazing. It's hard to be speechless about this because there's so many things you can cover with this. Just so, absolutely so many things. And I have loved Tom Cruise as an actor and his performance. I just think the way they did his performance and just everything Tom Cruise does in this movie, oh man, it is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I saw this movie with my sister and somebody else who'd actually bought the tickets for us, and my sister didn't actually see this movie, the first movie, before seeing this, and I think the person that came with us actually, he just like basically googled the plot, so he didn't see it that much. But I had that experience where I seen the first movie, and that helped me. That helped me just enjoy the movie even more. Because when you watch the first movie of something going into another movie of something, it helps it so much more for your enjoyment wise, and that type of thing, because it increases how much you're gonna enjoy this movie. And overall, I am just absolutely just speechful. You say speechless, but I'm speechful about this. I don't know, like, I have so many things I can cover about this, but I'm just gonna leave it here because I just hope you just, hopefully you watch this movie. Not force people to watch the movie, but I actually highly recommend this movie, and it's gotten a lot of good feedback, absolutely a lot of good feedback. As I was saying, the Critical Drinker made a video on this. He actually made a drinker recommends, so it's kind of just, yeah, even despite just somebody making a video saying, I recommend you to watch Top Gun Maverick, I absolutely recommend it. It is absolutely a must see. So yeah, enough of just that sort of absolutely excitement from this movie. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to continue to try and make this an on-topic show. I'm going to just maybe, don't know what I'll do for the next episode of this show, but I'll figure it out as I go along. I've already got that James Ramblin' Show stuff formula going, so I thought I'd have a gist of a podcast style. But yeah, see ya. Stay tuned for more of the James Ramblin' Show sort of stuff, and I just take yourself through the danger zone of this movie. Do it to yourself. Go into that danger zone. Experience the danger zone. The soundtrack amazing. Everything amazing. Go watch it. Please. Bye.